Good day, everybody. Bernard King and Mike Red Face Football. Back, everybody. How you guys doing on the Super Saturday? This is your daily NFL and college football news blitz. So, first things first in the NFL, Broncos linebacker Jonathan Cooper has relatively been arrested again the second time this month for violating pretty much a restraining order or protective order that was levied against him on this Monday that had just passed. Now, him and his girlfriend was relatively arrested earlier this month, due to domestic violence charges against each other. She issued a protective order he violated, so he was arrested Thursday night. And also, he could be facing some game suspension for violating such NFL conduct policies and things of that nature. So, more on that coming along in the future. However, moving on to some other NFL personal conduct policies. Now, the NFL is relatively closed an investigation on Stephon Diggs and saying that it was the insufficient evidence of any wrongdoing of him creating such of him doing anything wrong to his personal chef. He was acquitted earlier a couple of months ago, not a couple of months ago, but last month for child things that nature. So he's relatively been clear. So Stephon Diggs could be coming back to the NFL, maybe playing for the Patriots. We see how that whole thing goes down. Now, moving on to some other NFL news. Now, Jalen Coker, wide receiver of the Carolina Panthers, has signed a 3-year, $35 million extension, pretty much playing opposite sides of Tetairoa McMillan. Carolina, Bryce Young, Tetairoa McMillan, Chuba Hubbard. Carolina could be doing some things this year. So we see how that whole thing goes down. So they are pretty much have a consistent team, things of that nature. More that come along in the future. Now, moving on to another story. According to Burn City Sports relatively the Arizona they cover the Diamondbacks, the Diamondbacks, the Cardinals, and the Suns, things of that nature. According to Burn City Sports, Cardinals linebacker Mac Wilson Sr. pretty much took a shot at the Rams. He was asked about the trade, about the Rams trading for Myles Garrett. Pretty much, he says at the end of the day, they gotta deal with us. You the Cardinals, dude. Anyway, I can see if you the 49ers or the Seahawks, dude. You're the Cardinals. Anyway, moving on to another story in NFL. No, not NFL, but in college. Andrea Allison of ESPN. Andrea Allison of ESPN has reported that Clemson wide receiver Tristan Smith has been cleared by a judge to play in the 2026 football season. He basically won his case against the NCAA. That's news I have for you guys today. Live stream coming up on Sunday. I'll give you time later on. Peace out. Holla.